Wow, it's taken us 45 chapters, to get to the beginning of finding out the truth about this world. And not gonna lie, this is probably the most anticipated. This is like the most chapter where I cannot wait for next week. I'm just thinking like, wow, we are about to find out the truth of this series. This is like the big thing, people. This is like the Attack on Titan basement. It's like the freaking, I don't even know, what else is there? Like it's the big thing, like of what this series is. This is the question which we've always been asking ourselves: where's the humans? What's happening in the outside world? And the fact that we're getting it next week, I'm just so excited and I'm so happy. I cannot wait for chapter 46 to drop. So this chapter is so awesome. But before I get to all of that, let's talk about what else happened in this chapter. And so it seems like, Emma and Ray, they really are in the belly of the beast because of, they were captured by demons again. But these demons aren't like the typical demons that they've been welcome to, the demons that they've been used to, because these ones do not eat humans. Now, all I can say, guys, is I'm so curious, and I just want to dive in right on the word on why Sungju put quotations around the word demons. Now, this may seem like a lot of theory, just like theorizing right now, but what if the demons used to be humans? Because just think about it. What if the demons used to be humans? Because in this chapter, Sungju and Musica, first of all, they've got quite humanoid features. So we can't just ignore that fact. Second of all, the way that they were shocked about, Ray calling them demons, it implied that they were. First of all, it implied a couple of things. One, that they haven't heard that term in a while. Two, that they're not used to be calling. They're not used to be called that. And three, is there three or is there two? They haven't heard that term in a while. Not used to be called that. And three, that maybe that's not the. Yeah, sorry, here, the third one. Three, that maybe that's not the term which is used to label them as. They're not really. They shouldn't. Maybe that's not what they're called. Because think about it. They've been called demons because of what Ray and Emma, what Norman, what they've seen. They haven't come up. They themselves haven't said, look, here we are the demons of this world. They haven't said anything like that. So, there's the three reasons why he maybe was a little bit, taken aback by Ray calling him that. But just think about it. What if they were humans at one point? And I'm not sure if this is all some kind of bioengineering, genetic, I don't really know, some experimentation, because even in the flash, okay, the reason why I think this is, first of all, one, the flashbacks when we see that guy helping him out. First, he's in a lab coat. I know that's not the best reason, the best evidence, but you see them a lot in labs. The fact is they harvest their brains. Why are they harvesting human brains? But I think we'll get to that in a second, because that's kind of important in this chapter as well. Another reason why I think they're humans is it was just the interaction between Musica, Sungju, and Ray and Emma, just the way that they were communicating with them, and they were talking very, what's the word? I'm not sure if the term is paralypsis. No, it's not. But they were talking like, basically, they were just giving hints left, right, and center. They were talking like they were being so shady. That's it. They were being so shady. Like everything they said felt like it had another paragraph to explain that. That's what I felt like when they were talking in this chapter. Because, Sungju, he was talking about how, like, yeah, we do not eat humans, we don't agree with their way of life. The whole fact about them with the faith and the religion and all that kind of stuff, there is a lot of mystery behind these people. And I really am intrigued. Why I'm so intrigued about finding out the truth of this world is because depending on how Shirai, I believe his name is, depending on how he does it, depending on how he portrays, how he gives it to us, how this setting in this world is, it can really do change the genre of this series. Let's Because we don't know the origin of the demons. We don't really know what happened. If there was, it can go into some fantasy. It can go into like some space invasion kind of stuff. We don't really know. So we really are at the brink of the abyss of, the uncharted waters right now, and it's freaking awesome because it's going to be so interesting. I am so excited just to find out what is about this world. And as I'm saying, we don't really know, so that's why I'm thinking why I was thinking maybe did they used to be humans? Was it like experimentations? Because what if like 30 years ago, I don't know, the human population was dying down and they wanted, experiment, all this kind of stuff. Who knows? Only time can tell. But he says that he hasn't seen humans in a long while. And it makes sense because, the demons eat these humans. Okay, one thing is, there must not be a large population of humans above 12. There mustn't be. And there mustn't be. And because obviously they eat they eat the kids at the age of 12, like that's their ripe age or something like that. So there really is no use for a lot of humans being above the age of 12. So meaning either the adults have been enslaved, they've been killed. Only time can tell. We'll probably find out next chapter. But enough of all that stuff, because I want to talk about the demons per se in this chapter. They don't eat humans. So right now it's just confirmed that the fact the demons aren't really eating humans like they need to, like because they need to. It's not some kind of Tokyo Ghoul kind of thing, like, oh, for me to survive, I need to have meat, like human meat. So it's none of that. So it means, it kind of suggests that the reasoning for why they're eating humans is just mainly out of pleasure, because they like the taste. It's not out of necessity. For example, if they don't eat a human, it's not like, oh, they're gonna die or something. It's not out of survival. So that really is intriguing. Wondering why are they so, like, why do they like eating humans so much? How did this come to be? Also, another thing which was got kind of confirmed by these demons are that these demons have been living in hiding, or they've been, in exclusion, in, what's the word? I was gonna say isolation. Isolation? I think that's probably the best word. Maybe, or seclusion. They've been far away from civilization, if there is any civilization. These guys, because he said, I haven't spoken to a human in some while. So, as I said, this chapter is just like, wow, so intriguing. Like, everything they've said, I'm just like, okay, tell me more, like, tell me more. But you know what, I'll just be patient and just wait till next week, how hard that may be. But yeah, so it just seems like there really is a lot of mystery around these guys. I know people, a lot of people were thinking they were like a rebellion kind of group, and it pretty much is, they are. It seems like they're like a religious sect that just doesn't agree with how the other demons live. They don't agree with their ideology. They don't agree with their authoritative rule and how they oppress humans and then kill them and eat them. These guys don't agree with that, and it seems like there's a religious dynamic to it. And this is why I'm thinking they used to be humans, because the whole facts of them being religious and the way that they were praying and all that kind of stuff, you can't doubt that that has humanistic abilities, humanistic origins. And they were saying heaven and earth, all that kind of stuff. So it's all worldly, it's all earthly origins in their prayer, in their faith, and all that kind of stuff. And it just makes me think, okay, if they knew all of that, two things: one, they must have been taught by a human about their faith. They must have been taught by a human to like believe, like live that kind of way, and have that kind of faith, or they used to be a human, you see. So that's why I personally think, I don't know, I think that'll be pretty cool. Like, how crazy would it be if these demons used to be humans? But if they used to be humans, why are they now eating humans? Because then that would just, like, mind blown right there. That would be even like some cannibalistic kind of things. But what kind of made me like hyped and a little bit scared was the fact that Sungju was just like, I will eat and can eat anything, obviously other than humans. And I'm just like thinking, is that like hinting that he would eat these demons? Possibly so, who knows? Who really knows? But I just really love this chapter, and I loved Sungju. I love Musica. Them as characters, they're really awesome. Other than the fact that they've got humanoid features and the fact that their names are really different. Like, Sungju sounds Korean. I'm not sure what Musica, I don't know, Portuguese, Italian or something like that. Yeah. It's intriguing in the fact that they have two different names as well, different cultures. So, yeah, it really is. I can't. Yeah, let me not theorize the whole thing, because like there is fun in that too, but it may just be, I may be totally off ball right here. But the fact that they do have names, in human names, just shows that there is some human connection right there. I'm not saying that even if they weren't humans, there's a human connection, a human touch, you could say, an impact, So, and that is interesting in itself. I'd love to dive in, and I'd like to find out more about these two characters as well. Like, I'd love to find out about the world, but I'd love to find out about those characters and how they came to being, of not agreeing with that kind of way of life. I think that would be really awesome and really interesting. So aside from that, this chapter was awesome. I love the arc, of course, but I love the artwork in this chapter. Like, can I just say how Emma's facial reactions in this chapter was so expressive and emotive, and it was just like, wow, like it was just so gripping. Especially like when she was running away and like she was thinking maybe they've eaten the kids and that. And yeah, I just really loved this chapter. It was an awesome chapter, definitely. I just can't wait for next week. But wow, this chapter opened up a lot of questions, a lot of theories, like what if this, what if that. But yeah, only time can tell. And I'm loving Songju and Musica. They're awesome characters. They really are pretty cool. So, it seems like we're going to find out about the past. Now, at the end of the chapter, it said 30 years ago. And we see a panel with Norman, Ray, and Emma with a textbook. We don't see the whole textbook, but it says like, mechanical engineering, something mechanical of like human, I don't know, something like that. Mechanical engineering of humanities or something like that, or like of humans, something like that. Yeah, then again, if my theory about the whole human and genetic engineering and bio stuff like experimentation, if that is true, it kind of makes sense with this panel. But anyway, all we know is that something big happened 30 years ago. Whether it was biome kind of wars, whether it was invasion, something big happened 30 years ago, which meant that not a lot of humans above the age of 12, I'm just guessing, are not around as much, and meant, the authoritative, I don't know, dictatorship rule, like I was gonna say theocratic, maybe not. Dictatorship rule came into being, which is obviously the demons. So you know what, guys, that's enough from me. Please tell me your thoughts in the comments below, what you thought about this chapter. I loved it. It was awesome. And what do you think? What do you think about these demons, and why were they so shocked when they heard the word demons, or why they were labeled demons? Was it because they weren't labeled like that in some time because they haven't lived that lifestyle in some time? Or do you think it's something more to that? So tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and if you like anything I say, please drop a like. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. That would be amazing. And I'll see you next week for that greatness that is chapter 46. It's gonna happen, guys. We're gonna find out the truth of this series. It's your name is Sam. Peace out and goodbye.